Jody, it is a fantastically beautiful day out here today.
It is such a nice day. It's like 70-something degrees. It's
going to be cloudy.
It's going to be in the 90s this weekend, though.
90s. Oh.
Might be a little rain, but...
Hey, just got a notification. RECTEQ Grills is live?
Oh, God. I almost forgot.
What time? You guys know what time it is. It's 12:05.
Woo.
It's time for the most exhilarating daytime cooking show with you guys, the RECTEQ family. With us is the one and only Jody, Barbecue Dad, your RECTEQ Grills expert. He's been doing some delicious blackened fish. Let's check it out.
We're cooking fish? I forgot we were cooking too. Oh, hey everybody. Welcome. It's Monday. No, it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. It's 12 p.m. noon Eastern Standard. We're live right here at the RECTEQ Grills worldwide headquarters in beautiful Evans, Georgia. Thank you so much for joining us for Lunch Break presented by RECTEQ. Today we're going to be blackening up some fish. Got an email from a good friend out there wondering what they could do to some techniques and parliamentary procedure for blackening fish. They had a bunch of questions, Greg, that quite frankly I don't know the answer to. So that's why I'm going to need you to help with the blackening education today.
Well, we will definitely work on that education.
Right.
And for all those watching out there today, do us a favor. Go ahead and like, share, comment. Let us know if you guys have any questions around blackening seafood,
right,
or if you have any good tips and tricks for us to, to talk about.
You got to start right, Greg. Greg's on the ones and twos today, so if you have any questions, put them down below in the comments section. He'll be trying his damnedest to get to all of them today, but we're going to try to make it a quick one, an easy peasy lemon squeezy one. John is, of course, on vacation in a land far away. I think he's in Nebraska. So
Nebraska, that's like Cornhusker country.
I don't, tell you the truth, Greg, I don't know where he is.
Speaking of Cornhuskers,
he didn't let us know. Speaking of Cornhusker, Jordan just walked out.
Well, I was to say we got some corn tortillas over there we've been snacking on.
Sorry, Jordan. But yeah, he said he wouldn't tell me where he was going. And again, I'm just going to guess every day. It's going to be a different guess of where Chef John is going on vacation.
We got a lot of people chiming in that are going to be joining us at RECTEQ Academy this weekend. Doug Strait and Kevin Boomer are packing their bags.
You guys should pack your bags and bring them here. You'll never have to unpack them because we're just going to wake up and we're going to get to cooking. It's going to be a great time. Again, for those of you who don't know, we're having our first RECTEQ Academy of the year this weekend, June 4th, 5th, and 6th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 3 full days of barbecue and cooking instruction on how to general cooking methods as well as cooking methods with the RECTEQ grills. Everybody who's going to be a part of it is going to absolutely have an amazing time. You're getting like a awesome swag bag right when you get here. You're getting the VIP experience. You're getting food, drinks, all day, all night. There's meet and greets, giveaways galore. Everybody's going to win something. And they're also going to win some knowledge, if you know what I'm talking about.
Kevin Boomer out there is asking, one of our top fans, will John be there for Academy?
Yes, we're getting John back on Thursday, so he will be here for Academy. Ray Gardens will also be here. Roddy and Sarah Star Trevino. Carrie Chastain with Hold Your Horses Barbecue will all be here and giving you that awesome barbecue info. And some folks have already reached out to us, so we really do appreciate it. We can't wait to see all of you guys. But RECTEQ Academy, we've also got dates open for September and October. I encourage you to check those out at RECTEQ Grills. And if you want any and all of these recipes that we've been doing for lunch break, after hours, or Fun Day Friday, you can sign up recteqgrills.com/lunch break. But, Greg, you actually went to the store and you got this fish for us, right?
Hey, teamwork, buddy. That's right? How we do it around here.
So this is the black tip shark.
Yep. We got some beautiful black tip shark. Came in today to shout out to our local Publix down the road, and the lady hooked it up.
And then we got some, you said monkfish?
Rockfish.
Rockfish.
Yep.
Similar to grouper.
Yeah, it's got like a good bite to it.
Also
kinda
lives in the sea.
like a snapper. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, pink, red snappers. And then we got some scallops here. We're going to blacken as well. But it couldn't be easier, guys. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We're cooking on the RT 700 today. We've got it set at 500 degrees. It's holding 500 good and strong. We've got 2 cast iron skillets on the inside. A lot of folks use that cast iron. Of course, this recipe can be altered to use your flat top griddle as well. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But now, Greg, should I cut these up, or can I leave these whole?
You can absolutely leave those whole, or you can cut them smaller if you want. Again, completely up to you. We
got some gorgeous fillets here as well, and I totally forgot a knife. Bilo, can you run inside and get me a knife really quick? But essentially, all we're going to be doing is cutting these up, putting a little bit of oil on the outside, and then we're going to be using one of our various blackening seasonings. Of course, the tried and true, what everybody is used to, that Creole seasoning from Tony Chachere's. We've also got some Emerald's Cajun seasoning. You guys know who that is. Bam! We've also got some Cajun seasoning from McCormick and some Chef Paul Prudhomme's. You can't go wrong with Chef Paul. He is a great one. Rest in peace. We've also got some of our bone-sucking sauce, some of their seafood seasoning and rub, and then we're going to use a combo of the Screaming Pig and Dirty Girl, just in case you have everything, all of the RECTEQ rubs at your house. You don't have to go buy extra seasoning. Now, Greg, a lot of folks noticed there that it said Cajun seasoning and not blackening seasoning.
Yep, for sure. So Cajun seasoning and blackening seasoning are pretty similar. A lot of times blackening is a process where you'll apply that rub to whatever you want to blacken. You'll get it added to a really hot cooking surface. Could be a flat top, a plancha, a cast iron.
Okay.
And you're essentially going to blacken all of those herbs and spices onto that meat.
Very cool.
But Jody, before we get started...
So blackening is actually the process.
The process.
And not the seasoning?
Correct. Now, some people will market it and say it's blackening seasoning, but you can use any Creole, Cajun, or spicy seasoning. But Jody, I know you got 2 little boys, okay?
I got some little kids at the house,
I don't
Greg.
know if Max can sing the songs just yet, but I guarantee John Dillon knows the Baby Shark song.
Oh,
so they're all asking out there for a little Baby Shark.
What did they say?
The Baby Shark song.
Because do Baby Shark, Mommy Shark. Yes, for sure. We're not gonna break the internet with that. Now, you were talking about this bloodline earlier, Greg.
Yeah.
About how it's going to have a little bit different flavor than like the fillet or meaty side, correct?
For sure. And like I said, this is the same thing for mahi-mahi or any of your sort of oilier fish. If you cut that bloodline out, you're really removing a lot of that oilier taste to the fish, the little more pungent fish. So if you're not a huge fan of fish and you pick up a piece that has a bloodline, go ahead and cut it out, and you'll notice it's a little bit more mild, especially in those areas.
Well, we love some fishy tasting fish, so we're going to leave it there, and I'm just going to cut these right in half. You see that I'm using this line right here, right in the center, to kind of dictate where's half for me. And I'm going to leave it on this paper, make it a little bit easier clean up as well. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We're just going to put a little bit of oil on these because I'm not going to put any oil in my pan because it's super, super hot right now.
Gene Goff Sr.'s out there. He says cubed shark with Zatarans.
But we're going to do 2 different seasonings for this shark here. Greg, what do you suggest?
You know what? I'm thinking that Ron's Screaming Pig and that Dirty Girl Bloody Mary rub is going to be absolutely amazing.
That's going to be good for that shark flavor profile. Cool. Now it's a gamier, you know, a little bit thicker. I would compare it to like a, you know, like a pork butt. I mean, it's got that denser texture. Most of the time, people just like to fry it up and make little nuggets out of it. But
Jody, you got a doppelganger out there, John Dillon.
That's right. There's a
Shipwreck Barbecue.
Shipwreck Barbecue. We know about him.
There you go.
All right, so we're going to do the RECTEQ combo. I've got the Ron Screaming Pig rub. We're going to do it on these 4 pieces right here.
All right, all 400 of you, you got to do me a favor.
Smash that share
Before
button, guys.
Jody just goes ham on this fish, go ahead and drop us a share, and let's see if we can get this up to 500 or 600 people.
Man, we loved it. We love inviting new folks into the family. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Smash that share button. Give us a like. Give us a love. We're blackening fish. And again, blackening is the process, not the actual seasoning that you're using on there. And we're getting prepared for RECTEQ Academy. We're super fired up for those folks coming in town. All right.
Jody, good question from Thomas Pearson.
All right.
Why not use the Matador?
Well, we could definitely use the Matador for sure. It just was not in the lineup today. But you can most definitely use the Matador. It would be great. I'd definitely keep it, you know, on the lower end of the spectrum. But no, the Matador would be awesome. You can also put that Matador pan in the RT B380 and really mix it up and get a lot more even heat coverage across that whole entire pan because it sits right in there in that 22-inch barrel.
Lee Merritt out there is got the day off. He is smoking a bacon bomb on the 700,
okay,
all
then.
while putting together his new crossbow and watching you cook some blackened fish.
Nice. Crossbows are badass. All right, so the RECTEQ combo of Dirty Girl and Ron Screaming Pig, and then we got some Tony Sacheries. We're going to come on over here. We got that pan good and hot. And again, there's not a lot of oil dripping off of these bad boys. Oh, sorry, country. Peppery, huh? Yeah. Well, we're just
Mark
gonna put 'em
St.
in there.
Pierre loves blackened catfish.
We're sitting at 500 degrees in the RT 700. We got this cast iron skillet in there, making light work of this delicious black-tipped shark. A lot of folks be emailing me asking questions about the blackening process, what seasonings we use. So that's what we're doing today. And you don't want to load your pan up. That's the last thing you want. You want a good sear on the bottom of that bad boy.
Man, I can smell that over here, man. That
Right?
smells good.
That Tony Sacheries is smelling good too. All right.
Justin Worth loves blackened redfish for tacos.
Oh yeah, I love some grouper, grouper throat. Those fish get absolutely enormous, and they've got some great flavor to them.
Dude, fish cheeks, something fierce.
Right, right. Any good questions or anything out there, Chef Greg?
People are just out there having a great day
grand old
today.
time.
Seth Stringer is asking you, how long did you preheat the grill with the cast iron before you started cooking?
So I put the cast iron in there even before I turned the grill on. It was the first thing I did, and then I turned the grill on to 500 degrees, and it took about 20 to 30 minutes to get up to that temperature. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We started with a nice clean fire pot. We cleaned out everything on the inside. New foil, some of that ultimate blend pellet, a mixture of red oak, white oak, and hickory blended together perfectly to give you that amazing flavor.
Craig McRae is giving a shout out to the one and only Country Club.
Country.
What's up, Country Club? Another question out there from Dan Timblin.
Bilzerian.
Did you oil the cast iron before putting the fish in?
I put a little bit of oil on the cast iron before it heated up, but no, you don't want to put too much oil in there. It'll smoke up real bad. Right, Chef Greg?
Earl Hart, absolutely, buddy. Earl Harding is having a blackened tuna for lunch, and Laura Parsons says, "Hello, guys.
Hey,
the
what's up,
deck
Laura?
Is looking great."
So this one, I'm going to put that Paul Prudhomme on. I'm going to leave these bad boys whole. But again, you can mix that Dirty Girl, Bloody Mary rub, and Ron's Screaming Pig, and it makes an amazing blackening seasoning. We did that on some of that black tip shark that we've got on the inside of the 700 right now. And I like a lot of seasoning on it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Jody, here's a great question from
really
James
good.
Moore.
Yeah, James.
What are the advantages or disadvantages of a thick fillet or a thinner fillet when cooking? Time, flavor, moistness?
Man, you got
You
got all of those, man. A thicker fillet is going to take a little bit longer. It's going to be a little bit more moister because of the amount of moisture in that piece of meat. And again, the higher up you go, the thinner you go, the quicker it's going to finish, and vice versa. So I pick out a piece of fish depending on how much time I have to cook it. So if I've got a lot of time, I'm going to pick a big old thick piece of fish. If I don't have a lot of time like this, I want to get done in about 15 minutes, I'm going to pick something like these fillets here. What about you, Chef Greg?
You know what? It really depends what I'm doing with it. If I'm going to do
Right?
a fish taco, I don't mind a thinner fillet. It's going to cook really fast. And depending on what it is, we get that convection air current in the grill. I might not even have to flip it.
Right, right. Very good point. But
Dennis
shout out to
Hayden
everybody
says
watching.
He thinks you gave him an idea for dinner tonight.
Okay, well, that's what this is all about. That's what brought about lunch break for you guys. You know, we wanted to break up your day and give you some good ideas. Oh, man, but that's just coming right off of there. It looks absolutely beautiful. And you can kind of tell, if you look at, you know, when we cook salmon, we show you as well. But if you use the side of the fish to kind of determine if it's halfway cooked yet. If it's all the way halfway cooked, you need to go ahead and flip it. But if it's not halfway, you know, don't flip. Wait a little while. But again, we're using that blackening technique where we burn or sear that Cajun seasoning onto the meat on the outside. And this is that black tip shark that we picked up at Publix. Shout out Publix. Now this pan I put in a little bit after the fact, but it's still good and hot. Now, if you've got a lot of room like this, flip your piece of meat over onto a new piece onto the pan. It's going to be hotter, therefore cooking it a little bit faster for you, giving you that sear and caramelization that you're looking for.
Tyler Nicholson is heading home to meet the UPS guy to get his brand new RT700.
Okay. He's cutting out a little early today.
Shoot, yeah.
Shoot, yeah. That's
All right,
that's how I live the RECTEQ
important
lifestyle.
question, Jody.
Super important.
Bob Howard asks,
Yes, Bob.
what sides to go along with this blackened fish?
Man, I would do some kind of slaw. I would also do, I really like baked potatoes when I'm cooking any kind of seafood, whether it be like a low country boil or any kind of fish, salmon. You know, I really like a baked potato and like a slaw, something that's going to give me a little bit of texture, a little bit of creaminess. Man, you can go with like a nice seafood macaroni.
I dig it.
I want to pick another green though, like a nice salad to go on the side, like arugula, something a little bit of peppery to kind of work with that Cajun flavoring. What about you, Greg? What would you do?
Throw me some cream spinach.
Oh, that's
or
what
maybe
I was
like
trying to
some
think of.
stuffed artichoke hearts. John Thickman Jr. out there says
He's always watching. What's
got
up, John?
half of his birthday present still waiting on the Shih Tzu.
That's awesome.
Rob Jensen is asking, best fish for tacos.
Oh man, any of those whitefish is going to be your best bet for tacos. Something that's super flaky, that's got a great flavor to it as well. That would be my go-to. You know, you could even use like that bass or the striper, the hybrid, crappie, brim. Any of those things make great tacos as well.
John Dillon says he likes a side of steak with his blackened fish.
Okay,
But that's surf and turf.
Yeah, some like broccoli, a nice steamed broccoli or anything like that would be absolutely delicious.
Shoot,
Now, this
yeah.
fish, we're shooting for an internal temperature of 145 degrees. That's what we're looking for. And some of these are at about 130, so we'll wait just a little while longer and we'll pull those bad boys off. And then these rockfish.
There you go.
Those are going to go in the cast iron skillet next. And again, this is only taken, you know, about 6 minutes aside, 6 to 8 minutes aside, just depending on how thick or thin your piece of fish is. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're using the RT700. It's got the 40-pound hopper, 6-year warranty, PID controller. It's Wi-Fi capable. You can turn this grill up, down, on, or off from anywhere in the world using the RECTEQ Grills app. We're rolling at 500 degrees. The grill's sitting at 500 degrees, good and strong. We're burning the ultimate blend pellet, mixture of red oak, white oak, and hickory, blended together perfectly. Greg, you got a good question for us?
Just a clarification for Mr. Mike Moore. You could put the Matador pan in the RTB 380, not the 700. That 22-inch pot fits perfectly.
But we do have
in
that
kettle
flat top
grill. Les
griddle.
Burrell is loaded and ready to leave tomorrow. Les, we look forward to seeing
Come on,
you.
Les. I can't wait to see you sputted down here in Evans, Georgia.
Brian Glaspie's out there saying he loves walleye on tacos.
All right, guys, pick which seasoning I use next. Put it in the comment section down below. You want to see me use the McCormick or you want to see me use the Emeralds? You pick. That's what I'm going to season these scallops with. Put it in the comment section down below. We're getting ready to do this dang thing.
Justin Worth says potatoes au gratin or cowboy caviar for a side dish.
That sounds good too.
Little black-eyed pea action.
Black-eyed peas, yeah, with some hog maws, some necks. Oh yeah, these things are looking absolutely beautiful. And again, you can see and you can tell the difference in the seasonings, guys. The ones on your right-hand side are going to be that Tony Chachere's, and then the ones on the left-hand side is going to be a mixture of Dirty Girl and the Ron Screaming Pig. Again, you can see, and that makes a really, really good combo for Blackened and Cajun seasoning. The Dirty Girl, equal parts Dirty Girl and equal parts Ron's.
And the cool part about mixing those RECTEQ grill spices together is that Screaming Pig gets some good coarse, rub to it.
Right.
That's going to caramelize up and give you a little bit better color than that Tony's, which is going to be a little bit of a finer grind, a little bit more of a salt sort of flavor profile. You get a much darker color with that Screaming Pig and Dirty Girl.
And this black tip shark would make really, really good tacos as well. You can sprinkle this fish on top of some kind of nachos. I wouldn't put a whole bunch of queso on there. I'm just not a big fish and cheese fan. What about you, Greg? I mean, fish and cheese. What do you think of those two going together?
All right, so being, I'm kind of the Italian thing going on, my grandmother would probably whoop my behind if I put cheese with fish. Can't do it.
You can't do it. That's an Italian thing. You can't do it.
Can't do it.
That's funny. That's awesome.
It pains me to say it, Jody, but I think you got to give it the BAM. That's what they're asking for. They want the BAM.
Okay, they want the emeralds. All right,
the emeralds.
That's what we're gonna use.
I think he's a little bit of a sellout, but hey,
in here. Oh yeah, you hear that sizzle? Caramelization of the seasoning onto the meat.
Tamara Hill is out there asking a difference between dry and wet scallops in the store.
That's a very good question, Greg, that you know the answer to.
For sure. So when you get dry packed scallops, they're going to be fresh. They are typically, going to be getting to the store kind of in a paint can, less purge, so that you're going to get a little bit more bang for your buck there, right?
Okay.
When you buy scallops that are previously frozen, you will see a lot of purge come out of those scallops. Again, nothing wrong with it, but if you want to get a really good sear, put those scallops on some paper towels and allow them to kind of absorb some of that excess moisture, and you'll be good to go. I prefer the fresh scallops, but again, fresh seafood isn't always available. Right? Yeah, just depends how you live your RECTEQ lifestyle.
We put a little bit of oil on these. We dried them off like Chef Greg suggested. Put a little bit of oil just to give us something for that rub and Cajun BAM seasoning to stick to, because you guys voted on it. You wanted to see us use that. So we'll cook these a little bit later as well. We'll let that seasoning kind of marry into that meat. And we're going to wait on these rockfish fillets. So we got a second to come over here and kind of taste this shark and give you guys...
Well, you did something really interesting with that pan, Jody. Talk about that.
Yeah, so we've got a drying rack inside of this half pan here. A lot of times when you pull that fish off, it's going to have some of that excess moisture coming out of it, and you don't want it sitting in there. I like a good crust, a good crunchy outside, and moisture is the enemy of anything crunchy or crusty on the outside.
Shoot, yeah.
So I'm just minimizing the amount of moisture out there, and I want to try over here by that bloodline some of that Dirty Girl and Ron Screaming Pig.
Kyle Robertson's asking, do you have to use a skillet, or could you use the flat side of the sear kit?
Man, that is such a good question. That flavor profile is off the chain, son. That is good. And I think I like near the bloodline, Greg.
A little bit more robust?
Mm-hmm.
Different flavor, though.
And that Tony Chachere's does a good job, but it's not as flavorful or as robust as that Dirty Girl and Ron Screaming Pig. You're getting the heat. You're getting that celery seed that's in that Dirty Girl. And again, no seeds, no MSG, gluten-free, made right here in the USA, available at recteqgrills.com. Check these out. We also have a rub and sauce bundle available now. Shoot, yeah.
Shoot, yeah.
Greg, you just asked a question that I missed?
So Todd Hillard's saying, and I'm surprised that hasn't come up sooner, we got Blackened Fish. He's saying grits for his side.
Oh, we should have said grits, man. Oh, I love some grits. But everybody voted. They picked the Emerald Lagasse, the BAM seasoning.
The BAM.
This, I'll go ahead and just taste this McCormick for y'all, give you an idea. Look, I mean, it looks pretty. McCormick makes a good product.
All right, guys, if you want to see Jody, go ahead and pull that rockfish off of that grill. Go ahead, give us some hearts, give us some wows.
Too. I recommend that
Go ahead and share this post to all of those seafood lovers in you.
Smash that share button, guys. And if you guys have any recipe questions or general cooking questions, myself, Chef Greg, Chef John, we're all available. I'm Jody at RECTEQGrills.com, Jody. Chef Greg is Chef Greg at RECTEQGrills.com, and Chef John is Chef John at RECTEQGrills.com. Hit us up. Give us an email. We'll answer all your questions. We'll hold your hand. We'll make sure you knock each and every cook out of the park. Yes, Chef Greg. Ooh.
All right, top fan James Smith is asking, would the griddle on the bull work?
Would the griddle on the bull work? Absolutely. That flat top griddle is an amazing accessory. It'll take up about half of the cooking surface. When you get the griddle, you do want to take out your grates. That way it fits properly in there. It'll also get closer to that heat source, therefore heating up a little bit more and a little bit quicker as well. But one of my number one tools or accessories when I'm cooking any type of fish or anything that's kind of delicate has got to be this fish spatula. Hands down, just get you one, easy peasy lemon squeezy. You know, it's super delicate. You're able to get up underneath that fish or any, other item and flip it safely without breaking it. Oh, yeah, look at that color right there.
Jody, Jeff Martin's out there saying red beans and rice would be a good side.
Oh, man, now y'all are talking. Oh. So I just flipped that fish a little prematurely, but that's okay. We'll get it back over here. We'll get it cooking. And again, we're using the Lodge cast iron skillets. We put them in there 100% of the time of the cook. We let them heat up with the grill, and we gave the grill ample time to heat up, as well as, sit at 500 degrees for a good 10 to 15 minutes before we used them. That way they're good and hot, and they heat up a lot quicker. But you got to take care of your cast iron, everybody. Make sure you take care of it. You don't want it to rust.
Got to get some of that crispy in there, keep it good and clean. Mike Small is asking, any way to make fish not taste like fish?
Yeah, you probably got to get the most processed, the most antibiotic-filled fish out there. Get you some tilapia, and don't put a whole bunch of seasoning on it, and fry it. And then it'll likely not taste so much like fish, but more like a crackling or a pork skin, right, Greg?
Salty is always a way to go if you don't like fish.
But no, I mean that's a
nice
good question.
Mild white fish is a good place to start.
I was just about to say that's right. Nice milder fish. Don't get the gamier fishes.
Bill Filbert's saying, how about a nice warm crab salad on top of that fish?
Is that what you put on top of your salmon dish?
We did like a crab cake, for sure. Yeah,
that's right.
Crab
you guys
cake.
Check that recipe out on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Chef Greg's got an awesome salmon recipe out there. Chef John also has one as well, I do believe.
He also made a pretty mean crab dip. That recipe's out there, too.
That
was enough. That recipe will feed an army right there.
Right.
But
and today we're using the RT700. You can see it's got the additional smoke box over here on the right-hand side installed to it. If you find yourself filling up the chamber, the smoke box makes a great accessory. We'll be showing those off for Academy. But these cast iron skillets are doing their deed. They're heating up super hot for us. The grill, you set at 500. It's holding 500 good and strong. I'm actually going to turn it up to full. And that's one step up above 500. That means it's going to be put into the maximum amount of pellets that it can feed into the auger. So it's going to get up above 500 degrees, and sometimes we can see 525, 550 degrees on the RT700, super, super fast. But again, we like to leave ash at the bottom of the barrel because it'll create some insulation. It'll help the grill heat up a little bit quicker, as well as recover in temperature when we open and close the lid. It'll also catch a lot of that grease that drips down at the bottom of the barrel and make it a little bit easier to clean up. Chef Greg, you got another good question for us?
The great tips that the RECTEQ family is dropping right now, they're fantastic. Seth Stringer is out there saying marinades with acidity help a lot as well to kind of reduce that overall fishiness.
That is a very, very good point. Any and all marinades kind of help reduce that fishy flavor, and of course impart a totally different flavor profile onto the fish, that wouldn't normally be there.
A little squeeze of lemon will go a long way. Bob Howard saying sriracha mayo over the top.
Yes. And see, we've got a great mahi recipe to where we used mayo as a binder. And then, God, what did we put on that? What did I put on the outside? It was like a shake. Oh, it was some panko breadcrumbs.
Ooh, that was a good. You made that recipe at the house.
Yeah.
For sure. That was good.
And that was a great way to not have that fish, taste fishy.
Shoot, yeah. Brad Cook is saying crawfish etouffee on top of that fish.
Yes. You guys have had the most amazing suggestions. Thank you so much for putting them down in the comment section down below. Smash that share button. We're doing blackened fish today. You learned today that blackened is not a seasoning. It's the process after putting Cajun seasoning on the fish. Huh? Boom. Smash the share button because you just learned something.
Gilbert Gasca is out there saying, if you can't see the ocean from where you are, don't buy fish. I got to disagree with that. The supply chain is pretty solid around here. I tend to buy good fresh fish and find a market that is pretty busy, and you'll get fresher fish around there too.
Excuse me. All right, so we're going to put this on our drying rack. Oh, yeah, that stuff looks sexy. And what seasoning did we use on this one? We used the Chef Paul Prudhomme's seasoning. Oh, just flaking away, cooked to perfection, super juicy and moist.
Man, you were living dangerous with that fish spatula like that. That's confidence right there.
I love fish spatula life. But the more you cook in these guys, you kind of have to watch out for the little crummies down below. You don't want to have burnt flavoring cooked onto the food. You want that Cajun seasoning to find its blackening. Chef Greg, any good questions out there?
Well, I mean, just a suggestion. Bob Howard is saying to finish off with a cold Dos Equis.
Oh.
Dos Equis is good,
Absolutely.
but that is not the preferred beer of the RECTEQ Grills expert.
No, sir. No, sir. We only drink the finest around here. And there's nothing finer than a shiner.
Nothing finer than a shiner.
All right, so we got this cast iron skillet super hot again. I'm going to put these scallops in here, and I'm going to strategically place them in there because I want them to get the most amount of caramelization on the outside. So I'm going to make sure that they're going to be cooking on the flat side. And again, I'm trying not to overload that pan and overwhelm it because it's going to take a little bit longer to cook these bad boys because of the thickness. And again, we've turned, because we're in and out of here so much, we're opening the lid so much, we've gone from 500 degrees to full on the controller. And what that's doing to us and helping us out with is getting as hot as possible, the maximum temperature that the grill can get, because of course we're introducing heat loss to it when we open this lid so much. And a lot of new RECTEQ owners out there, they don't know that. Anytime you open the lid, the grill thinks it's doing something wrong. It doesn't know when you're opening the lid, It only wants to hold that temperature good and strong. So when you open the lid and it allows the heat to escape, it kind of tells the computer, oh, I need to do something to make this heat go up because it is not at the set temperature that my human has it set at. So make sure you're in and out there pretty quick. Unless you're doing what we're doing here, you've got it set on full. You want the grill to get as hot as possible, as quick as possible. Then you're able to lift the lid, get in there for extended periods of time. It's still really not hurt your cook.
All right, Jody, we got a question from Corey out there.
Corey!
He's seen a lot of comments that cooking fish on a grill leaves a fishy smell or taste afterwards. Any truth to that? Is it a myth? Is it truth? And amen on the shiner, brother.
Amen. I have not found that to be the truth. Now, I do know of some buddies that have, let's call it, overly seasoned grills. They have never, ever turned the grill up to 500. They've never gotten it super hot. They've never burned off any of the seasoning on the inside. And I've had food off of their grills before, and I find it's more likely to taste fishy, right after you cook something if the grill is overly seasoned or kind of dirty. Is there, do you agree, Chef Greg? Do you disagree? What do you think?
I don't feel you get any, kind of cross-contamination of flavors. If not, you can always make sure your drip pan's good and clean. And like you had mentioned it earlier, if you know you're going from a flavorful cook to another flavorful cook of a different variety, go ahead and burn that grill up a little bit, get it to 500 and kind of, re-sanitize or clean that grill, you'd be good to go. But, if your grill grates are dirty, grab a little ball of aluminum foil and kind of, brush off any crusty debris, if you will. But Jody, recap, man.
That Chef Paul Prudhomme seasoning is good, y'all. He's a good man. He's got some good seasonings. That's good.
All right, recap what we got on that pan there.
All right, so we got on our drying rack here, we've got some black tip shark. And you can see some different color here. With these 4 pieces, we used a combination of the Dirty Girl, Bloody Mary rub, and then the Ron Screaming Pig from RECTEQgrills.com. You can see how it gave it great flavor. It also gave it a super robust flavor, besides great color. And then these pieces are still that black tip shark, but we used the Tony Chachere's seasoning, Creole seasoning, and it gave it a little bit lighter color, a little less flavorful. And then these fillets of fish here are actually rockfish that we seasoned with the Chef Paul Prudhomme seasoning, which did a really good job on color as well as flavor. I mean, Greg, come over here and taste some of this fish.
All right.
Especially
Jeff
that Chef
Cottingham
Paul
is saying he uses Shiner to marinate beef fajitas.
Oh, that's a
I love the texture
very good
on that,
tip,
though.
right? That cast iron skillet from Lodge knocked it out of the park.
Oh, that's the Prudhomme's?
Yeah, he does a good job.
That's good business right there.
Right? But we got the scallops on there. They're probably going to take about 8 minutes aside, guys, a total of 16 minutes, front to back, left to right. Greg, is there any indication without having an internal meat probe thermometer that those scallops and or fish are done?
All right, just like a lot of times with meat, once it gets closer to being fully cooked, that protein's going to tighten up, and you'll see a little bit of puddling of juices on the top. In the case of fish, sometimes you might see sort of a milky substance kind of oozing to the top. That's going to be the protein, coagulating and being squozed out of that protein.
You see it a lot with salmon, right, Chef Greg?
Absolutely. In the scallops, they're going to shrink up a little bit. You even might see the edges where it's touching the pan kind of lift up a little bit. Again, great indicator that it's ready to go.
Very
cool. If the fish won't release from the pan, patience.
Yeah, don't try to pull it off there and rip it all up.
Allow that fish to caramelize and crust over. It will release, I promise. And that goes for anything in a pan or in a sear kit.
So we got a little bit of caramelization on there. Again, not a hard crust or anything. So we're going to leave these on there and leave that grill shut. I need to quit opening that lid. I need that grill to recoup in temperature quickly, and I need it to reheat those cast iron skillets up so I'm able to properly cook this fish to perfection. Again, smash that share button. Give us a like. Give us a love, guys. We're blackening fish. Again, you learned that blackening is the process and not the seasoning. Traditionally, you use a Cajun seasoning.
Jody, great question out there from James Green, and he looks like he was in the Marine Corps, if I could tell by his thumbnail, so appreciate your service there, buddy.
Thank you so much for your service, sir.
Can you smoke trout on a RECTEQ?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You can use the internal chamber here, smoke it at 180 degrees, easy peasy lemon squeezy, or you could use the cold smoke box over here, use the lower level, and get closer to that 90 degrees that a lot of folks are looking for. I like to place a pan of ice in the center rack, and that'll actually lower the bottom rack down to that 90 degrees, which a lot of folks are shooting for. But you can smoke anywhere between, that 90 to 200 degrees on that fish, and you'll still get great flavor without drying it out.
Here's a question for you. Could you put those scallops in the air gap for extra searing?
Absolutely. We suggested that when we mixed up some burgers for Memorial Day. You could use that air gap. And what I'm talking about, guys, that's the front and back of the grill where the heat is actually coming up and then convexing in your chamber. That is where all of the heat is coming from. Of course, that's going to be hotter than any other place on your grate. So that is a great suggestion. And you could, of course, you could still use the Matador. You can use the flat top griddle. You can use the RT340, the 590, the 700, 2500, the CMG, TMG, all of those grills with the cast iron, with the flat top griddles, with the Matador pan. Knock it out the park.
Bob Howard has a suggestion, and we're going to have to give this a shot.
For sure.
Best way to get a fishy taste out of the fish is to soak it in Sprite. Rinse it right before cooking. The meat has a sweet taste because the fish soaks up the Sprite like a sponge, and it will brown faster because of the extra sugar.
Very cool. I'm going to have to try that. Sprite brined fish.
Sprite brined fish. You never know.
You never know, man.
It could be a thing.
It is a thing.
It is.
Our buddy Bob said it was a thing.
For sure.
I trust him. But we're cooking fish today, guys. We're blackening it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Wanted a little healthier option because coming off a barbecue month, a lot of heavy dishes. We wanted to give you a little bit something lighter, a little airier. Chef Greg did an amazing cook yesterday with those baseball steaks and that pasta. The pasta was off the chain.
Shoot ya.
And then earlier in the day, yesterday, we did the pull-apart pizza. That was absolutely awesome.
That was epic.
I can firsthand tell you that was super easy and super delicious. And again, you can use, Becky suggested last night, oh, you should have put sausage in it. Yes, I should have put sausage in it. Very good suggestion, my lovely wife. Hell, you could put onions, peppers, mushrooms. You can literally put anything that you want to in it, and it would be easy. I saw later in the day where there was a buffalo chicken, pull-apart buffalo chicken casserole as well. But smash that share button, guys. Greg, you got a good question?
We do. People are curious. What is behind you? Why are there banners on the deck? And what's going on?
Yeah, guys, we're getting geared up and ready for RECTEQ Academy, the class of 2020. First class of 2020 is coming to see us this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's going to be 3 full days of in-depth barbecue tutelage, as well as backyard recipes, how to keep your knife sharp, how to be safe in the kitchen. I'm sure we'll throw in some chopping and cutting techniques as well, but it's going to be an amazing time, and it's more of an experience than anything. I mean, you're going to come in, it's going to be world class, a swag bag. You're going to get to eat and drink for free, hang out, mingle, have a good time. There's going to be music. There's going to be food, and more food. And again, 3 full days of hands-on, in-depth barbecue and cooking tutelage and lesson planning. Greg is doing a great job, and Trey and all the other RECTEQ Academy members of planning this and making sure that it's going to be, we're going to knock it out of the park, and you're going to absolutely be blown away, folks that have already purchased the tickets. But there are still a couple of spots left for September and October, and a few spots left for this weekend's class as well. So if you just want to go ahead and pull the trigger and come on down, we'd love to have you.
Completely off topic, apparently Carol Baskin was awarded Joe Exotics Zoo.
Yep, she was rewarded the property, but she ain't never gonna have the zoo or them animals because our boy Jeff Lowe moved them to a different zoo. But Carol, I can't believe you. You even when Joe's down and out and in prison, you're still sticking it to him, and it's ridiculous. You're killing the man from the inside out.
All right, these scallops are smelling amazing.
I was just about to say that, Greg. They're definitely omitting a smell, and then there's some of that delicious fat oozing out of them right there. We got some great color.
And again, these scallops were frozen previously. There's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. Shoot, yeah. And you can see, oh yeah, how they're coming apart there. These things look great. They smell even better. And we use that Emerald Lagasse Cajun seasoning. If anybody knows Cajun seasoning, it's got to be Emerald, right?
Jody, Vince wants you to roar like a tiger.
Rawr! Rawr, Vince! Get out of here with that crap. Y'all are just making fun of me now.
No.
You know I'll do it.
It's all about having fun with the RECTEQ family.
Hey, guys, how are y'all? We got some... It's a live studio audience. We've always got people watching now.
Always. Jody, do you have a preference to the brand of cast iron that you use?
Oh, man, just buy a good one. If it's super cheap and brand new, I wouldn't buy it. You know, I like a Lodge cast iron skillet. That's all I've ever used. That's all, has ever given me a great product. A lot of cast iron you'll find nowadays is meant to be hung on your wall and not used in the kitchen. So I would definitely watch out for that decorative cast iron because that stuff can really hurt you.
You can also pick up some great cast iron at yard sales, estate auctions. That antique cast iron, much better.
Right, absolutely.
It's got grandma's toe in it. I'm telling you, that's the best cast iron.
And it was made right here, probably during World War II, when all that iron and stuff was floating around. Right? Am I right? Anybody?
You're right, buddy.
No?
You're right.
No? All right, whatever. But we're getting fired up. We're getting ready for RECTEQ Academy 2020. We're having our first 30 class members come in this weekend. We're super stoked. We're super busy this week getting ready for it. And then today for lunch break, we're doing Blackened Fish. A couple folks actually shot me emails and asked me how to do Blackened Fish. I shared with them Chef Greg's blackened snapper recipe on YouTube, which is essentially what we're doing right here. Using the RT700, we've got a cast iron skillet on the inside. It's burning 500 degrees plus. We've actually got it on full right now because I've been in and out of that bad boy way too much. I should have left the lid closed a lot longer.
I mean, if you're looking, you're not cooking.
Right,
But
right.
it's looking delicious.
It's looking delicious, and it's smelling delicious too, Chef Greg.
Somebody out there was saying War Eagle, and then the Georgia Bulldogs fans are.
Oh, okay,
they're going
good,
after
good. Get them, boys and girls. We got a lot of nutso football fans that are ready to fight somebody. I'm ready for football to come back, or baseball, or basketball, or thank God NASCAR.
I did watch one of the Japanese baseball games at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
I've been losing a little money betting on Japanese baseball as well. We do not condone betting on any type of sport here.
Some of those pitchers got it going on. Like, their form is it's a little confusing.
It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling, you could say. But let's check on these scallops. Again, same temp as the fish. We're shooting for an internal of 145. And it looks like we have reached that on most of these. So we're good to go. I'm just going to take one so we can taste it. Put it right there. And I'll get one for Chef Greg.
Bunky Marks is out there giving some love to the Braves. Hashtag shop on.
That fat oozing out of it right now, guys. You can see that white stuff coming out of it. Sorry, everybody.
Is that like a New Kids on a Block song, the white stuff?
Yeah, the white stuff. There you go, Greg. Get you some.
Perfect.
Cooked to perfection. Cooked all the way through. Got a great looking meat to it. Great texture. Very hot. But I love that texture. I mean, it's a clean bite through. If only we can make our competition chicken have that texture. Just like your teeth are like razors going right through it.
There's a little bit of heat on the emeralds on the backside.
There is some heat to it for sure. You ain't lying, Greg. Woo!
Mike Bosley's asking, what temp probe was that you used?
Oh, so I got a thermopin right here. MK4.
I like it. So again, these are the same thermometers we use on the competition trail. It's probably one of the most popular instant read thermometers on the market.
Definitely the most popular.
MK4. There are other varieties of these thermometers, but we prefer the MK4. You can check them out on Amazon or at thermoworks.com. Tell them RECTEQ Grill sent you. They are one of the sponsors for RECTEQ Academy. Rachel Banks is out there saying,
hey, Rach,
people should tune into roller derby.
What?
They should turn into roller derby. You're looking for sports to kind of watch.
Oh, roller derby. Yeah. No, I was like, what should we do with roller derby, Rachel? But again, this cast iron skillet is going to be over 400 degrees, guys. So make sure you're careful. You don't burn yourself.
Make sure your towels are dry when you're getting out of the grill.
Absolutely, Greg. That is a very good chef tip because if you've got a wet towel, it doesn't take very long for that towel to heat up.
No, it's pretty much instantaneously.
Right. It's the craziest thing.
And inevitably, you were in the worst spot ever to try to put the pan down. So you either got to drop it or hold on for dear life.
Right. But these scallops look absolutely amazing. This is going to be a great little seafood treat for everybody at the office today. And again, that Chef Paul's is probably going to be the spiciest. No, the Emeralds is definitely going to be the spiciest out of all of them. The Dirty Girl and Ron's Screaming Pig are going to come in a close second. Then Chef Paul Prudhomme's, Then that Tony Chachere's. The Tony Chachere's essentially doesn't have really any heat in it.
It's just a lot of salt, I think.
There's a lot of salt for sure, and a
Jermaine
little bit
Gould
of
is saying the scallops are like the filet mignon of the shellfish.
You ain't lying, brother. I absolutely love some freaking scallops. Besides shrimp, I could eat scallops all day, every day. Greg, I gotta cook some shrimp soon.
You gotta cook some scrimps?
We gotta get some from that guy Ken. Was it Ken Reed? Here locally, he be getting some good shrimps and some good oysters.
Good stuff.
And stuff like that too. So, but again, just to give you guys an idea, emeralds definitely going to be the spiciest. Okay, and then the Dirty Girl, Ron Screaming Pig combo is a close second. Chef Paul's is definitely third. The McCormick, Bone Sucking, and then Tony Chachere's on a heat Scoville scale goes from left to right. So if you don't like any heat, I would choose on this end. If you like a lot of heat, I would choose on this end.
Tyler Mitchell is bummed he missed the majority of this video, but where can he get this recipe?
Well, you can get this recipe, any Fun Day Friday recipe, after hours, any of those recipes. Just sign up at rectechgrills.com/lunch break, enter in your information, and hit that enter bar, and we'll send it right to your inbox. We're not going to send you all of the recipes at once. They're going to slowly trickle in, we will be sending you some recipes out, and we do a great job of actually sending out a card you can download and print and then save for later. So that makes it a lot easier too.
Shoot yeah.
Well. Greg, we got any other good comments? Man, we knocked these fish out of the park. They've got some great moisture. They've got an amazing flavor. All of the seasonings that we used today worked really, really well. And again, you learned that the blackening is the process and not the seasoning that you buy at the store.
Shoot yeah.
Shoot yeah. Greg, any good comments or anything before we head on out of here?
People are saying it's a great episode. They look forward to the recipes. A lot of people are saying that the best Cajun spice on the market is Louver's, but I'm probably not saying that right.
Louver's? Okay.
You gotta go ahead and, I think, Nate, you got to go ahead and send us some. We'll give it a taste.
Got to send us some.
Maybe
and again,
go ahead and send it to us. Attention, Mail Day Monday.
Right, Greg.
That's going to be at 4301 Evans to Locks Road, Evans, Georgia, 30809. That Mail Day Monday.
Send us some stuff.
Where can they find that, and what is that?
All right, so that's going to be live on Instagram every Monday between 2 and 4. We don't like to stick to a time because it's live and it's real life. Okay, things come up. So between 2 and 4, Mail Day Monday, we open anything that you send us. We've been sent animals. We've been sent glitter bombs. We've been sent alcohol. We've been sent firecrackers. Send us something to where we're going to laugh and have a good time. We'd love to promote any product that you'd love to show. We've got over 50,000 followers on Instagram, so if you want to promote your product in front of those people, just send us something. Attention, Mail Day Monday, RECTEQ Grills, 4301 Evans to Locks Road, Evans, Georgia, 30809. All right, Greg.
Shoot
Country,
yeah.
below, shoot yeah. We're getting out of here, guys. Thank you so much. Smash that share button. Give us a like. Give us a love. Make sure you follow us on all social media. Sign up for the newsletter, guys. Sign up for the newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter. We got more great announcements coming. And please follow us on all social media. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
And we will see you
at the RECTEQ.
Doug Strait, we'll see you later on this week. Greg's Country
RECTEQ Lifestyle.
Your mama is the best. Send us
RECTEQ Lifestyle.
Lunch break. We'll send them to you.
Lunch break. Yeah.
Chuck
yeah.
Henry, what's
Go
up,
Greg.
buddy?
Go.